it going, everybody? Welcome to Level in Diecast. We have something different today. Very, very different. This is the new Shell gas station assembly playset. We don't do real playset things here on the channel, but it is what it is. I would consider this more of a diorama setup. This is from CCA. Cool Chick Auto is what it says. Technically, this is MSZ Auto is the brand. You can take a look at the back of the box. There is the deets there, MSZ Diecast. There is your logo right there. So, not too shabby. This is officially licensed. There is your Shell hologram on the back. It's also Volvo trucks in there. That is the parts list right there. Everything should be pre-printed and stuff like that. It's not like a build diorama-ish set. It's a play set, so everything will be ready to go together. So it's easy to assemble. And it says imitate fuel charging. I'm not sure why it says that. It doesn't make any sense. Fuel charge, but it is what it is. Let's go ahead and get this open. We'll start from the top. There is a little bit of tape on here, so we will cut the tape. This thing does retail for about $20. It's got some tape on the side too. So it's pretty cheap, but it also comes from a pretty cheap brand too. So don't get too excited about it. So we will do that. We will slide the whole situation out of the box. There we go. The whole thing just comes out in one piece. We'll get the box off the studio. Your entire package of parts, everything is pre-printed, stickered, whatever it might be. Looks like there might be a combination of stickers and pre-printed stuff. These are screwed on, so let's go ahead and take those off real quick. All right, we got both of those off of there. We'll take a look at our first one right here. This is the tanker truck. There is a rubber band on this. It does have some opening features. It has a couple of opening doors, which don't open all that well as far as like the structural stability of them, but they do open up. They look pretty good. There is your Volvo deets and stuff on there. Of course, it is licensed. There's some separate lights on the top that are red. It doesn't light up or anything. You see the door doesn't close. Very good. Kind of move that around. Basic tanker. It's all right. Just the cab is metal. Everything else about this is plastic. There is rubber tires on there, but these are pretty cheap, and they are those like friction pull models. So that's not very nice. The prints and stuff on them are pretty good. At least for this one, they are pretty good. But other than that, it's a little bit underwhelming, to say the least. This one is, of course, the tow truck. It is the exact same cab. It's just a different section in the back. So all the same print and stuff on the front says Volvo, has the Volvo logo and all that good stuff on there. And then it has the same opening doors. You can potentially get the doors open. These ones open a little bit better than the other one, shockingly. But a little bit stiff there. There's another rubber band here. So it looks like the whole tow apparatus does something. So get that off of there. So that does rotate up. Oh, look at that. And it's a rotator. That's kind of cool. It's a full rotator. And it's got one stage of extension on it with the hook. And then there is your truck dolly that goes down. And it actually keeps it from going down further. So you can actually put something on there. So say, for instance, if you wanted to tow this other truck, that's all right. It's not too shabby. I do like the fact that this is a rotator. I mean, the tow truck part of it's actually pretty interesting. This doesn't stay up very well. I guess if you throw it all the way up there, and then your rotator will just come down and hold it in place. The hook is this direction. Sorry about that. The hook is this direction. You could switch that around if you wanted to, so you can actually tow something else. The whole section is plastic, though, and it's relatively flimsy plastic at best. This has the same friction motor in it. So it's a little bit big scale, but it might work. So we'll kind of just set those off to the side for now. Let's go ahead and get into our parts bin here. So we'll get this top part open. There we go. Looks like almost like Lego pieces. So those are stickers, and you can see they're just so nicely put on there straight. They did such a great job in the factory putting those on nice and straight. Nice to see people care. Nice to see that they care when they're assembling this stuff. You know, what would we do with people that didn't care about their job? Well, you'd get that. So, just saying. There is a little instruction book that just kind of gives you pictures. Oh, I guess it gives you instructions on how to put it together. It's relatively straightforward. It's nice in full color, though, which is pretty nice. Gives you a checklist of all your parts, all the good stuff like that. Look, the stickers are on that one all nice and straight. So put on your islands first, and then you put on your support beams. The little pieces on the bottom will lock in the support beams. And then there is your gas pumps. Make sure I didn't skip a page. And then you assemble all your gas pumps on there. And then you assemble the signage and stuff like that. And then when you finish it up, put them on there. And then your safety barriers and some fire extinguishers. And then you add the roof to it. So let's assemble this. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, there is our completed shell station. This thing was not quite as straightforward as it looked like. I did struggle to get these two pieces on, the two platform pieces to start with, the little island pieces. They seem to be specific to each side. Most things seem to be relatively specific to each side, but it looks pretty good. The details look very, very good. Your shell V-Power, unleaded diesel, fuel save unleaded, fuel save diesel. So it is kind of a pain in the butt to push the pieces down. The molding is not that great of quality. So these, especially these pieces here where they go into very, very small holes, there's very little tolerance in there. But once it's all completed, it looks good. This is a sticker that goes around the top here. See a little bit of the overlap right there. It is also stickers on the fuel pump as well, so that doesn't look all that great as well. As a matter of fact, the only thing that's really printed is the kind of white pieces here, and then a little bit of the grass type of area. This is relatively flat on the backside here, so you can put that against the wall or anything. That would look pretty good. The gas pumps are very interesting because they are actual removable take off, and it's rubber hoses. And there's little pieces in there that actually they go up into, and it holds them in very, very good. So they sit there pretty decently. A little bit of print on there for, you know, the pay at the pump type stuff. A couple of other details on the other side. This one looks to be a EV pump, I guess is that the way you want to put it, for electric vehicles. So that's kind of cool. And then just a little bit more detail on the side. It doesn't necessarily say anything for the electric cars on the outside. Now, as far as scaling goes, I do have our Elite 64 that we just cracked open the other day. It looks pretty good on there. Obviously, the fire extinguishers are quite large. I think the protection barriers, those are sized pretty well. The signage on the side is pretty well. The gas pumps are definitely a bit big. And the fuel pump handles obviously are extremely big. I think the fuel pump stations just needed to be a little bit smaller, but it's not bad. If you get something that's a little bit larger, like a green light item, and put that on there, that definitely looks a lot better. It's definitely going to be a little bit too big for 1/64 scale still, but it does look a lot better. Now, if you get something a little bit bigger scale, like say Siku, that works out even better. But it's still a little bit off. It's still a little bit big. But, you know, if you're looking for just a diorama setup, this thing is actually pretty good. This thing actually looks out pretty good. Then, of course, you get the tow truck with it. And, of course, you get a tanker truck with it. Trucks are kind of meh. The set itself is kind of meh. But all of this for $20 is a pretty good deal. That is a pretty good deal. And, of course, full color instructions as well. So just kind of set that up there. So there you go. That is the shell diorama set. We're going to call it diorama set from CCA, which is actually MSZ Diecast. So drop a comment. Let me know what you guys think about that. And if you want to pick it up, it's widely available, especially in the U.S. I'm sure it's available in other countries. So pick it up from your favorite retailer. Until then, peace.